Hello, hello, everyone. This is Atara Beneath, soul care provider and the founder of Color Your Soul and Soul and Heart in Business, where the goal is to really teach people to live a lifestyle and have a business of that is built around soul care, making sure that your soul is good, right? So I'm super excited to be here with you today. Over the next couple of videos, hopefully you won't, but you may see boxes and things like that in the background. It's a lot of moving and shaking going on in this house. So can't wait to share what's happening. Um, but I want to answer a question this week, and I won't be before you long. Want to make sure and get this question answered. And the question is, how do I know, or how can I use these principles in an MLM? MLM, network marketing. Um, what else do we call it? No, direct sales, right? I've been in direct sales companies. I've been a part of really every one of those type of um, business models, right? And so it was always hard for me to push sales or try to get team members or, try to make people buy my products. And it was always the same kind of script over and over and over again. And so for me, I just kind of was like, I don't think it's for me. I need something really unique. The one thing I found that was really unique that I did was paparazzi. And I love being a paparazzi rep, but God shifted me out of it. So I'm not against those companies. They work, right? And you can really build a business around them. But how do you make sure that you're following those five functional focuses, right? Because they're not principles, they're focuses. They're focuses that help you be more intentional in how you do business. And so, how do you seek the kingdom in this? How do you steep your life, steep your business? How do you steep something like an MLM into it? How do you find your identity or know your identity within there? How do you know your values, your priorities, and your needs? Well, before you even get into it, you need to have an idea of what it looks like for you. That's one of the first things. What does this look like for you? Is this the company for me? And if it is the company for me, how do I show up? Not how do I become like my upline, my director, whoever they may call them, right? My management, my manager. How do I be like like the greatest salesperson they have? No, that's not the goal. The goal is for you to still show up like you are. So you need to be making sure that you understand how the functional focuses show up in the different areas of your life. How does it show up? What does it look like? Wealth and career. This is the area right there. How do these five functional focuses, for those of you who do not know, the functional focuses are steeping your life, your business in the kingdom. Number two is knowing your identity. Number three is knowing your values. Number four is knowing your priorities. And three and four kind of really go together. And number five is knowing your needs. So, what do those look like? How do they flow in this business for me? You can't do it like everybody else, right? I know of some people who went in and used biblical principles and things that they had learned about the kingdom and how they built their business. And the next thing you know, they're across the stage talking Jesus to believers and non-believers of a very lucrative multi-level marketing company. Why? Because they went in knowing what it meant for them. That's what that was about. Okay. I know of a young man, one of my mentees, who works for not a multi level marketing company, but a finance company where there is a certain protocol they have. There's a model that they have. And he had to learn how to take that model and make it something that was God glorifying. And so now a lot of what he does is he has conversations with people, he builds relationships, right? And that's really important. It's not just about trying to push a sale on somebody. I can't stand when people inbox me who I don't know on Facebook and try to get me to buy their product. Hey, I'm $50 short on my Mary Kay sales. Can you place an order for me? I don't know you. That's cheesy and that's sleazy and it's intrusive. and it's not right. So you have to understand what this thing looks like, and you need to show up in a way that's glorifying to God and that is freeing for your soul. No one should be able to wall you in and make you look like what they think you should in this business. That's not it, right? Someone thought that I would be one of the first Black directors in a company. Well, that company really, I thought it was for me, but it really wasn't for me after I learned after a while because of who my market was and how and I understood who my market was and who I was talking to and what they would and would not buy. So I had to kind of back up a little bit. And I love the person. I love what they do. I love the product, right? But even I couldn't keep the product sales up every month, which is something you need to also have in your mind. That's what you need to understand. Is like, okay, I have a certain obligation. Most companies want you to do something every month or every quarter. Can you afford that? See, when you know your values and you know your priorities and you know how to put things in order, those are the key things you need to know. And you know who you are, you know what you need. You're going to need money to make that thing keep going. Can you afford that? A lot of people will tell you to get into these companies and oh, we'll do it, you'll be able to make that money. You don't know that. So you have to, two things you want to do in doing this, and I'm going to wrap this up. Not just the functional focuses, do you need to understand what that looks like, but you need to understand what kingdom alignment looks like, which goes right back to steeping your business in the kingdom. And then you need to have godly wisdom when you're going forward with these things. Okay, so that's my answer. So I hope that helped, and I hope this kind of helps a lot of people who are considering or maybe in these type of companies. I'm not against them at all, but no matter what you do, you always want to make sure that the king's agenda is first. This is Latara Venice, Soul Care Provider, founder of Color Your Soul and Soul and Heart in Business. Thank you for allowing me to serve you this week. Bye bye.